Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Drew Valley Water Main Replacement Project. Thank you for your attendance this evening. This evening, we'd like to share information about this project that will hopefully inform you enough of what we're doing while we're here and what to expect. Next slide, please. My name is David Hayes. I'm Director of Watershed Management, and I served as Director of Watershed Management for the last 2 years now, appointed by CEO Michael Thurman. I am a licensed water professional who has been a member of the DeKalb County watershed team now for just at 28 years. Next slide, please. This evening, you're going to hear from a host of DeKalb County's finest. They're going to present to you information about the project, the problems, what we plan on doing to correct these problems, and then give you some detailed information on how the method and the means and the time period that we're going to take to correct these problems. Then you'll hear from our public relations manager, who's going to tell you how we're going to communicate with you, and if you do have any questions in the future, how you can get those questions answered expeditiously. This project is taking place within District 2 and District 6. This is Commissioner Michelle Longspears and Commissioner Terry. It is with the support of these commissioners that we are able to bring this project to you. It is because of their support, we are improving DeKalb County's infrastructure and making DeKalb County the better place to live in the Metro Atlanta area. Are there any commissioners in presence this evening? And so, would you like to say anything, or any commissioner representatives? If so, please do say a word or two.
So we do have Mr. Andrew Yang here, who is representing Commissioner Longspears' office, Michelle Longspears' office.
Mr. Yang, would you like to take this opportunity to say anything?
Yeah, of course. Can you guys see me and hear me?
Yes, we can, sir.
First, I'd like to thank Mr. David Hayes for all his work on this. We are very grateful to be here and to support this project. And we look forward to this meeting where we will get to hear from different individuals, but also would love to see the progress we make in the future as well.
Thank you, Mr. Yang, for those words. Next slide, please. So a little bit about what we do in Watershed and our mission. Watershed, we are a department who employs just near 700 employees. And these 700 employees, our main mission is to get clean, safe drinking water to the residents and businesses throughout DeKalb County, and to take the used water or the wastewater from those businesses and to clean that up and to put it back into the environment for future use. So to do this, we take in just at 128 million gallons. We have the ability to take in 128 million gallons of water per day from the Chattahoochee River. The current 700 and nearing 800,000 residents of DeKalb County, they currently demand just at 70 million gallons of drinking water per day. So we treat 70 million gallons of drinking water and put it into the distribution system and send it out to the businesses and the residents throughout DeKalb County. Once you use that water, we then collect that wastewater from you through our collection system. And that water goes through the collection system, through lift stations, and gets to one of 2 of the DeKalb County wastewater treatment facilities. Those 2 wastewater treatment facilities, they have the ability to treat as much as 56 million gallons of wastewater per day. And we're currently averaging from the citizens to those 2 facilities just at around 36 to 37 million gallons of wastewater per day that we treat and send back to the receiving streams for people to use downstream. Now, to convey that water back and forth from the water plant to the constituents and from the constituents to the wastewater plants, that's being sent through a series of pipes that make up about 5,000 linear mile of pipe. Put that in context for you, 5,000 miles, that's enough distance to go from Georgia all the way to California and back across the United States. It's a huge amount of pipe that this watershed division is responsible for maintaining and ensuring that it is in working order. Next slide, please. So again, why are we here this evening? Well, the DeKalb County Watershed Management Engineering Division, they are leading this effort to decrease the water main breaks that we've been having in this area, to upsize the water mains because we are continually growing as a county. And so we want to make this system robust and meet the needs of the public. What that does, that's going to improve our customer service. And what that will yield is a better system to allow future growth and expansion for generations to come in DeKalb County. Next slide, please. So this DeKalb Engineering Division, they put together what I call a super team, the A-team. This A-team is comprised of SDC, that is the company who's going to help. They're going to be the boots on the ground, putting this pipe in the ground. They're going to be overseen by AECOM and CGA Solutions. Those are engineering firms who have helped us to design the project, and then again, they're going to help us manage the project to make sure that the pipe goes in the ground on time, hopefully under budget, and with as little negative impact to the community as possible. We're here to do a great job, but we have to inconvenience you somewhat. So we're hoping with this A-team that the inconvenience is very reduced or minor. Next slide, please. So next you're going to hear from Assistant Director Cassandra Marshall. She is the Assistant Director of our CIP group, our Capital Improvement Project group, and she's going to tell you more detail about why we're here. And she's going to tell you what we're going to do to correct this situation. Ms. Marshall.
Thank you, Director Hayes. Good evening. Again, my name is Cassandra Marshall. I'm the Assistant Director of the CIP program for Watershed Management. I have over 20 years of experience in construction management. I'm also a licensed water professional and a certified project manager. So in the next few slides, I will provide an overview of the system problems and our solution to repairing the aging water system. So in this area, the county has been faced with over 100 water main breaks from 1989 to 2021. We've had complaints about brown water or low water pressure. Brown water is an indication of sediment or rust accumulation in the water system over time. It can also be present after a water main break, which stirs up deposits in the system. Therefore, we must thoroughly flush the water main after the break or disruption to remove any deposits. The primary problem is the infrastructure in this area is an aged system. This is primarily due to the infrastructure being installed in the 1950s and 60s. The pipe material in this area is primarily cement and cast iron pipe, which is at the end of its useful life. The number of pipe failures, being that it's over 100, is a good indicator that the pipe is in need of replacement. Next slide. So at this time, I would like to take a moment to discuss the county first hydraulic model that was completed in 2019. The county has over 3,000 miles of pipe in the water distribution system to maintain and provide drinking waters to the ratepayers. We also have 4 pressure zones, 21 storage facilities, 16 pumping stations, and 6 pressure regulating stations. As you can see, this is a large system to maintain. Most of the system is aged and cannot be repaired or replaced all at once. Therefore, the county had to develop a best practice way to evaluate and prioritize how and when the pipe will be replaced. The first objective was, of course, to create the model. A hydraulic water model is a computer simulation of the water system. The model can provide a big picture look at how the system should be functioning. To develop the model, we use the county GIS data, metadata of water usage from the billing system, system facilities such as the water storage facilities and regulating stations. This data was ultimately used to develop the county's first master plan also and it was used to prioritize the CIP projects. Next slide. So to this point of the presentation, you heard about the problem and the development of our replacement plan. Now I will speak about the solution and the execution of the CIP project. So what does CIP stand for? Well, a CIP or a capital improvement project is a project that helps maintain or improve an asset. It can either be new construction, an expansion, renovation, or a replacement of an existing infrastructure. In 2021, the Board of Commissioners approved a new CIP program for $2.4 billion for projects to be completed from 2021 to 2030. The Drew Valley Water Main Replacement Project is an $8.5 million project that is included within that plan. My team, the CIP team, is responsible for getting that work done. My team includes 4 DWM construction managers and 12 licensed inspectors. Later in the presentation, you will also hear from the DWM construction project manager, Mr. Bacchus Jackson, who has over 10 years of construction management experience and is a licensed water professional. So along with in-house staff, we are also supported by consulting firms who help assist the county with construction management and inspection services. But what we want you to know is we're here to help. We want to reduce or eliminate emergency repairs. We want to stop the breaks. We want to protect the environment. And finally, after the project is complete, it will improve sustainability to the system. These improvements should last a minimum of 70+ years. Next slide. You will now hear from Mr. Bacchus Jackson about the project scope and overview. Bacchus? You're on mute if you're talking.
Good evening, citizens, and thank you for that kind introduction, Ms. Marshall. As Ms. Marshall said before, I'm the construction project manager for this project. My team will consist of 1 construction manager, 2 consultant inspectors, and 1 DeKalb County inspector. I will work closely with the general contractor and the subcontractors on this project to ensure and order and facilitate a quick and efficient project completion. Slide. Project scope. What's in the plan? The plan for this particular work is the installation of approximately 16,000 linear feet of 8-inch ductile iron water main inside the right-of-way and on the existing pavement. Final site condition will not be altered from the existing, and all disturbed pavement and landscape will be replaced in kind. Erosion controls and BMPs will be installed throughout the entire water main alignment. The water main trench will be excavated, pipe installed, backfilled, and compacted utilizing granular aggregated base. Concrete cap will be installed as a work progress, and the road plates installed over the concrete for 24 hours to allow the concrete to cure enough to support the vehicular traffic. And the impacted traffic lanes will be milled and resurfaced once the new water main installation is complete. The existing 6-inch water main will be abandoned in place and filled with a non-shrink grout. Slide. As you can see, the project overview, it shows Drew Valley Road and the water main projects. There will be somewhere around 350 residents that will be impacted by this particular project. And if you notice that the red lines as they go through Drew Valley, you have UN Drive, you have Cortez Lane, Nesbitt Circle, Birch Circle, and also a little portion of Buford Highway. Most of those roads will be impacted under the intersection side and also through the actual neighborhoods. Now, some of the pipe that has already been upgraded will not be upgraded in those streets, and we will skip them. Slide. The method of construction will be open cut. As you notice the illustrations here, you have a consistent of cutting the asphalt, digging the trench and installing a new water line, and backfilling the trench and replacing the asphalt. Slide. Now, the duration of the project, which we have the community notices that went out April 18th, 2023. The preparation and mobilization was actually May 1st, 2023, and the construction start time was May 18th, 2023. Our final restoration for paving is going to be December 1st, and the construction end will be December 31st, 2023. Now, all of these dates are weather and condition dependent. Slide. My team and I are the boots on the ground and the first line of the contact for the project. From the first day of commencement, my team will be on site to ensure that the construction activities, which include ensuring that erosion and sedimentation controls are in place, ensuring that the contractor is installing the pipe according to the contract documents, the drawings, specifications, and ensuring that all safety measures are in place, ensuring that all trenches and holes are backfilled and secure for that particular day. Slide. Now, as you notice on this illustration on my left-hand side, you'll see before, this is what it may look like on one of your lanes. As we get finished on the other side, which is on the right, that's the after. And also any other properties that we may have infracted while we're going through the construction zone, we're going to try to bring it back to the same and restore it in kind or better. Now, I will turn this back over to Ms. Cassandra Marshall, who will discuss the community awareness.
Thank you, BJ. At this time, I now will address community concerns and what the community should be aware of. So what to expect? Well, there's going to be inconveniences. However, the short-term interruptions provide long-term results. Once we replace the pipe in this area, as previously stated, these improvements should last a minimum of 70+ years. So during construction, you're going to see a lot of construction traffic. You're going to see foot traffic, vehicles, large dump trucks, heavy equipment. There will be construction workers, county employees, and contracted workers throughout your communities. There will be material and equipment deliveries by means of large tractor trailers. However, the crews and flaggers will guide these large vehicles in and out of your community. And as a security measure, all county contractors and county employees will have an identification badge and marked vehicles. There will be increased noise from the equipment backup alarms, heavy equipment usage, saw cutting of the asphalt. This noise will be in your area, and it would just be from the work hours of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and sometime weekends. Residents will always have access to their driveways during construction, and notifications will be distributed prior to any water disruption. Next slide. Community awareness. So the sign at the bottom left of the screen is an example of the sign we require our contractors to install prior to starting work in the area. These signs are to be placed in the view of the line of the traffic and on every street impacted at a minimum of 72 hours prior to start of construction. And on the bottom right-hand side is an example of a generic county contractor sign to be placed on unmarked company vehicles. Other vehicles will have their company logos, but however, all cars on the county project site must be marked and identifiable as a security measure. Next slide. You will now hear from Ms. Alicia Penny about public communications updates.
Thank you, Assistant Director Marshall. Good evening, everyone. My name is Alicia Penny, and I am the Public Relations Manager for the department. I have been with the county for 20 years, and for the past 10 years have served in the role of Public Relations Manager. We thank you for joining us tonight because we understand that in order for this project to be successful, we have to partner with the community. And so tonight we are going to talk to you about the methods that DWM will utilize to communicate with you about this project. Next slide, please. Leading up to tonight's meeting, you received a notification letter describing the details of the project and informing you of tonight's meeting. Going forward, 48 to 72 hours before the beginning of construction, homeowners can expect to receive a door hanger like the one displayed here, or a notification letter that will notify you of any major changes on the project and what to expect. Next slide, please. These are the touch points we will use to communicate with you. Here we have the project hotline, which is a 1-800 number. We have the website, we have social media, our news releases, and the county newsletter, The Relay. We will use our Twitter and Facebook social media platforms to share updates, critical updates about the project, especially Twitter, if there are any type of emergencies. Also, as we utilize tonight, Nextdoor, we will, if there is an emergency on the project, we will utilize the emergency function of Nextdoor to let everyone know about an emergency that may occur on the project. Other ways we will communicate with you, we will connect with you through DCTV, which is DeKalb County Television. We already mentioned Nextdoor. We have project signs and also our contractors. And finally, we will have a frequently asked questions that will be posted on our website. We will use some of the questions that are asked tonight to build that frequently asked questions, because we understand that while you may have questions, your neighbors may have some of those same questions. Next slide, please. Here you will find QR codes for our social media. And I will pause for a minute so everyone will have an opportunity. These links will take you directly to our social media. We have Nextdoor, we have Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Tonight's presentation will be posted on our YouTube channel. If you will allow us a day or so to do the proper editing, and we will be posting it. Next slide, please. Listed here, you will find key contact information for the project. Most important is our dedicated project hotline and email that you have here, as well as the main contacts for our project listed here. We have Assistant Director Marshall, we have Mr. Jackson, and Mr. Mathis. Finally, if an emergency occurs outside of regular business hours, we have our dispatch emergency number here. It is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week number, and we also have an email. So if an emergency occurs outside of normal business hours, we ask that you utilize this email and phone number. Next slide, please. And with that, this concludes our presentation for this evening. We want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be here with us. And now we will move into the question and answer period of the presentation. Director Hayes, we do have one question. We do have one question in the chat. It's from Ms. Shaw. It says, I am a resident, and she sent this link out stating it is currently a water main break 30 minutes before this meeting. I currently have no water, so I would like to know how long it will be before the water will be back on. Will there be various outages within the coming weeks?
So I have reached out to Ms. Shaw to answer that question, but I will, for everyone's information on the call, there is currently a water outage in that area. And the team, they are working diligently to get that water restored. They have identified the issue. They have put everything in place to correct that issue. And I'm very confident that they will have that pipe repaired and water restored very soon, within the coming hours. it is impacting people along the East Ponce de Leon area near Arcadas and DeKalb Industrial Parkway. It is under control and the water should be restored very soon. I'm confident very soon. I just left the work site and the team, they were doing an outstanding job at exposing the pipe. They cleaned the area and now they're actively making the repair. This project is a project that will help eliminate issues such as this one this evening. So I'm very excited that this project is about to start, and I'm excited that this project will be another example of how DeKalb Watershed and the CEO we're dedicated at reducing these breakages and reducing the inconvenience that this outdated infrastructure is causing. And I'm excited that this will definitely be one of those projects that stops or eliminates future incidents such as today. Are there any other questions in the chat?
No, sir, I don't see any other questions at this time. I would ask if you would like to receive information in the future regarding this project, we ask that you please provide us with your email addresses in the chat so that we can communicate with you through GovDelivery, which is our email service, which is one of the ways that we communicate as well during emergency situations. Thank you, Ms. Shaw.
I appreciate the opportunity to share this information with everyone. Thank you for your attendance. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for entrusting us in one of the most valuable resources that we can provide, and that is water. It is our pleasure to be able to give you the service that you so deserve, and it's our intent to make this as seamless and as painless as we can. Thank you for your time again, and have a great evening.